So we're in a group stage this year. We will be in a group stage no matter what. Now we need to work out which one. Because there's 3 options, and some of them are worth loads of money, and some of them are worth way more than that. Hello, my name's Damien, and I'm that Trucking Football Manager, and welcome back to Europa FC. Now, Shakhtar Donetsk does seem like rather too much to ask, but we'll find out today. I do keep going over this, and you're probably sick of it, but we're doing it one more time because some people jump in. Some people skip episodes, so I'd rather everyone knew what page we're on. We have Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League third qualifying round. Should we win in this tie, we will go into the playoff of the Champions League, where we will either get group stage or Europa League group stage. Should we lose, we will fall into the Europa League playoff, which means we will either get into the Europa League group stage or the Conference League group stage, if we lose in that tie. In the extremely unlikely event that we win this tie, we will play the winners of Sparta Prague versus Kristiansand. I feel like Shakhtar Donetsk is a bigger ask than Sparta Prague, so if by some random miracle we do get through this tie, I wonder if we could get in the Champions League. Too much to ask? Oh yes, definitely. 100% too much to ask. Nothing, once as usual, has happened in the transfer window. We did pop in another request for a Multi-Chichon's work permit. 'Twas declined. Roy Bunga did go out on loan to Canisal in somewhere. Portugal. We need to keep an eye on him purely to work out if this is going to affect his eligibility. Because I don't know. I don't know what the rules are in terms of if he's out on loan, but he's owned by me. Is he... See, the club trained that thing has disappeared. Our name has disappeared from that list. Which is a bit of a worry. Because he's still trained by this club. You'd think we own him. He's just been loaned out for his own benefit. It could be that when he pops back from that loan, suddenly this number's really good. It reappears in that list and he is on that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But to be fair, if we're going to do this with any of our players, it might as well be Roy Bunga, who may never make it anyway. His stamina's on the up, but everything else is questionable. His positioning's getting better. Well, it can't get much worse from a 4, can it? But yeah, that's it. No friendlies, no nothing, because obviously we're coming back every second week. So, Shakhtar Donetsk. Yeah, no. We're not doing any of those changes. They're weird. They're weird suggestions, if we're being honest. Do we need to put anyone on the bench? I think we're good. Okio's got a knock. How bad a knock? He had a tight Achilles, has been out for 2 days, and is out for 1 more. No point. We'll put Carl Collins on the bench. Once again, you can see the lack of rotation, but these are games I really, really want to win. I'm getting good at rotating during the league season because realistically, we could put the kids out and still win every game. Except one, obviously. I'm not bitter. Lewis Webb is in goal with Couto, Jones, Heaton and Beckwith along the back 4, Swiderski and Ronan in the middle, Stewart and McGrew on the wings, Reese and Williams up top. If that sounds familiar, it's because it hasn't changed in about 6 matches. Probably won't change for the next 6 either. But you never know. I might investigate things. The thing is, we have got, because I spent all that money on youth prospects, we haven't got any money to improve the squad, which means we have a first 11. That's about it. We're starting our first leg is at home, which isn't always a good thing, I find. I'm not certain that we're very good at home compared to away. The referee is Ovidiu Hatigam. So at least he's not English. You can always get English referees until now. Couto. Short to McGrew. And this highlight right here will set the tone for the entire match, I reckon. Because if we just lose possession and we get in trouble, then we know we're going to struggle. And well, that was losing possession, but Heaton intercepts well. They're playing a very tight system, and that straight through to Swiderski, who's bombing through. Can we get an early goal? And we can. Martin Swiderski in the 7th minute makes it 1-0. Surely not. Surely not. I mean, okay, we're 8 years in the future, so maybe Shakhtar Donetsk have fallen apart. But they're playing such a high line, and we have fast players, Swiderski being one of them. Williams is no slouch. Reese is no slouch. But surely not. We're not getting hammered. Pavon to Traore on the edge of the area. Hits one, and well, there you go. Lacina Traore. Christian Pavon to Lacina Traore. Those are better names than we have, if nothing else. That's a lovely hit, isn't it? Everyone loves a shot in off the crossbar. But that was their second shot of the match. Kairos, probably. Balerdi to Traore. Have we just poked for dragon? That's the worry. Pavon sends one along. Beckwith won't get there. Vlasic back to Cristante. Vlasic again gets fouled by Beckwith. That's awful. That's not... Oh, dear. Oh, look at him. Head down. Oh. Bit harsh. He's just hopeless. He's not... You know, he's not malicious. He's just... As a player that I was refereeing once said to me, it wasn't malicious, ref. I'm just shit at tackling. Which I found very funny and didn't book him. Pavon scores the pen. It's 2 and 4 minutes, and this is going much more in the direction we were expecting, isn't it? Yeah, Webb's very slow off his feet there, isn't he? He's very, very slow to react. Sparta Praga 2 up on Christensen, should it ever matter, which is looking like it won't. Kairos to Balerdi, back to Danilo. They've got so many names that you actually recognise, haven't they? Pavon to Traore. Let's pretend that means they're all old. Heaton intercepts well. Jones to Ronan. Heaton to Jones. This is brave, with 3 players closing you down. Heaton lifts it forward in the end. Williams loses out, but Beckwith volleys it forward again. And it's volleyed away again. And Jones, this is a little bit frantic, isn't it? Swiderski to Reese, who's facing the wrong way and can't make the run. Ronan puts in Stewart. That's a gorgeous ball. Williams hits one and we're back in it. And that's the thing. They're playing such a high line that we should, just a little bit of vision, be able to do them on a fairly regular basis. Ronan's... That ball here, I mean, I'm assuming he's aiming for Williams. I don't believe that he's seen Stewart making that run. But Williams is bright enough to realise that he was offside. McGruer is invisible today. 6.3. 6.2. God. Reese and McGruer are both invisible. I wonder if the time has come for McGruer to go back up top. Maybe his defensive capabilities as a winger, which you don't need many of, but you need a few. Maybe they're just that lacking. That he can't cope when the other side are better. Danilo with an early ball in. Vlasic must have been offside, but Beckwith gets a foot in anyway. Half time, I think we're going to stick McGruer up top. Get rid of Reese. I assume that means a Caetano is on the bench, I hope. Oh, Taraj is on the bench. Caetano's on the bench. Yeah, we'll do one of those two. Reese out wide to Couto. Suddenly we've got an overload in the middle. Get the ball in early. Reese hits it straight into the keeper's hands. I mean, he's unlucky there, to be fair. You can't call that poor finishing. All he can do is put it on target. And the fact that the keeper happens to be standing right there. It's a very good first half performance. Keep it up. Well, most of you. McGruer for Reese. Reese off and left wing Taraj. I don't really like him as a left winger. I don't really like him as a right winger, to be fair. Yeah, well, we'll see. He's an inside forward, and we're not going to play with an inside forward in a game like this. So, he'll have to just cope. Chuck some encouragement out. A reminder, as always, that there is no away goals in this competition. Or possibly are no away goals. Grammar is hard. So it doesn't matter that we've shipped 2 at home. And probably more. Swiderski out wide to Taraj. Couto's on the underlap. Underlap. Yeehaw! Swiderski to Taraj. Well, I make myself laugh. That's a great ball to Couto, and our left back is through 1-on-1. Couto hits the keeper. You never had a lot of confidence when it was the left back, did you? It's a great run. And they are leaving us so many gaps. Taraj, he's right-footed, finds Beckwith. Beckwith hits one. It's brave. I mean, he's trying to make up for the penalty, obviously. Swiderski's looking pretty tired. Kuto has another throw, and suddenly we're all over him. Taraj back to Magruder. Kuto to Taraj. Gets fouled, and we get the penalty. Who's going to take this one? Magruder will take the penalty. He's having a shocker, though. He's our best penalty taker, but he is having a mare. I really don't want to put him in that situation, really. Well, maybe he won't be having a mare after he scores it. Go with that, shall we? Oh, I hope it's not got to him, because if it gets to him and he fluffs this, he's going to have to go. He has fluffed it. It's not a good penalty either, is it? I mean, it's towards the corner, but it's hardly in it. And that's probably going to make his match rating go red at the end of his highlight. Kuto swings in the corner. Magruder's under it. Doesn't win it. Taraj has time and space. Everyone back on side. Come on now. Jones to Ronan. Heaton hits one. I mean, you're a centre-half, Heaton. Think it through. I don't put you at centre-half for your long shots abilities. Kuto classes Pavon but doesn't get sent off for it. Cross comes in. Bellerdi heads it into the barbecue. Or whatever that is. Right, I should have took Magruder off that pen, really. He's already having a bad game. We've got Borke on the bench. That'll fix everything. Right, we will bring on Caetano for Magruder and stick him out wide. Stewart can go up front. And Swiderski's going to have to go for G, who is nowhere near match fit. But he can sit and just get a bit of match fit. And there's 20 minutes to play. 2 each is hardly where I expected this to be. It's 4-4 in Sparta Prague versus Christensen now. Again, if it's going to matter. I can't help feeling that what's going to happen now is that the Shakhtar manager is going to go absolutely mental, and in the next round we're going to be we're going to be slaughtered. That's a great ball over the top. Williams, it took him too long to get it under control. He was nearly away. Kornilenko is intercepted by Heaton. G to Caetano, back to G, over the top. Beckwith's on the run, but he just held his run, maybe thought he was going to be offside. Lunin plays it long. It's not good football, is it? That's the thing. None of this is particularly good football. Every now and then, we get a break. That's another ball over the top to nobody, really. Cristanti to Adams, and that's a good ball. Beckwith, don't foul him. No, ball's in the middle. Pavon's unmarked, and we're going to lose the tie. No, we're not. We're going to lose the match. The tie is still on. But it's so end-to-end. If they let us do that again away, I kind of fancy our chances. If they give us that much space to counter-attack away from home. But yeah, where's our other, those two of the centre-halves? So they're not horrifically out of position. Into injury time, and it'll end at a 3-2 defeat at home. Well, we'll see, I guess. We can only go and play the next match. I'd say that we were borderline better than them. Youth for Europa FC come unstuck is a little harsh. Who's going to be suspended? Beckwith and Kuto. Both fullbacks. That's exactly what we wanted to know. Right, we're not going through then, are we? Let's be honest. What do we think about this? We think it's gutted. Yes, that. Right, I'll be back for the next leg, which with no fullbacks, we're definitely not going through. See you there. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Christian Pavon in full. I wonder how he managed to tear us apart so easily. He's being paid £42,000 a week. Our entire squad is being paid £43,000 a week, and that's down to the under-18s. He has an interesting career in which he moved to West Ham United for £7.5 million, then to Shakhtar Donetsk for £11.75 million. We have never spent that much cumulatively on anything, including the training facilities, I think. So that's a standard. That's what we're looking at in terms of what we have to be against. I mentioned not having any fullbacks. It's actually not as bad as I feared. Okiowu is back from a little knock at exactly the right time. Swiderski can sit in at left back. I've never actually played him at left back, I don't think, or at least not more than once or twice. But apart from that, he can't really mark. I don't think it's a disaster putting him there. Okiowo at right back, Swiderski at left back. It means Jake G, who's hopelessly unfit, is going to have to sit in centre midfield for a bit. But that's fine. We've got Boxall on the bench. We are playing the 18 players we have, unfortunately, with 2 suspensions and 1.5 injuries. There's no one left. We have dropped Reese, Sova. We have some fresh legs to come off the bench up front if we need them. Because that was the problem I think we had last time, is that if we could have brought someone fairly quick and completely fit off the bench to play up front, we would possibly have gotten something more out of the game. So we're going to try that this time. Webb is in goals. Federsky, Jones, Heaton and Okiowu are the back four, with Ronan and G in the middle, Stewart and Caetano on the wings, McGruer and Williams up front. I have noticed that Harry Jones's average match rating is 6.46 over the last 5 games and 6.23 for the season. We've had a chat. He's had a little piece of paper to tell him that I'm not happy with him. But unfortunately, the only alternative at the minute is to put Okiowu in the middle and either Collins or Taraj at right back, and neither of those are the right answer in any meaning of the word right. As soon as Beckwith is back from his suspension, Okiowu will probably play centre half, and then that'll be that. Pavon's been dropped. What a result. Luckily, they haven't got anyone else in their side at all. What is their total wage bill? Let's go have a look. Sort by contract. Well, there you go. Weston McKennie, 110,000. You have to get down. Pavon's not even on that much for this squad. You have to get down to about 2/3 of the way down before any of their players would fit into our wage structure whatsoever. I mean, we could look at signing Zubkov. Do you reckon? I reckon we just about afford him. So yeah, we're going to go and we're going to try, and we'll see what happens. Ultimately, we're in a proper stadium now. Hopefully that'll fire them up rather than scaring the living out of them. 51 seconds in, they have a free kick. Kiros to take it. Short to McKennie. Cristanti out wide to Traore. Vlasic is through, one-on-one, tucks it in the bottom corner, and again, when you've got players like that playing against you, what are you actually meant to do? I mean, yeah, Jones could probably have kneecapped him on the way past, but then he'd get sent off. Which, to be fair, the way he's been playing lately probably wouldn't reduce his performance all that much, him not being there at all. Oh, he's so out of position, isn't he? I don't know why Harry Jones has suddenly gone so bad. Vlasic's ball into the area will be claimed by Webb. Bowl it out to Zversky. Let's try and launch a counter-attack of some kind. Nope, he's booted it long. And straight to their right back. I mean, what's the point? That's their right back, Danilo. That shows again how well they're playing against us. Okiowa will intercept that nicely, and here's Webb with a hoof. That'll come down with snow on it. Quiros with the header again. McKennie, and this game seems rather worse than the last. That's cut back to Vlasic, who's fouled by Jones on the edge of the area. I'm going to say that's a free kick. Why is Harry Jones suddenly so hopeless? I don't understand. He was half decent last season. Vlasic to take the pen. Tucks it in the bottom corner. It's 2-0 in 4 minutes, and the tie is over. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to hook him. I don't care. Harry Jones off, and then Taraj on and Okiowo into the middle. I mean, Taraj isn't a right back. He's a left winger. He thinks he can play right back, but unfortunately he's wrong about that. Jones to G. Ronan to McGruer. And back to Ronan. G looks for Okiowo. And Stewart makes a run, man. Stewart early hoof in, and the defender will deal with that anytime you like. Lulin hacks it clear. Swiderski can start again for us. Caetano to Ronan. Stewart to Williams. Back to Stewart. That's a lovely bit of interplay. Stewart cut it back to Williams, who volleys it, and somehow the keeper holds it right on the goal line. It's probably a bit early to say things like the tie is over, but it really is, isn't it? We're getting slaughtered this time. Again, he's probably put a rocket up them. And yeah, they've turned up. Macon hits one, and that is 6 minutes in, and this is what I expected from the entire tie. So, we'll drop all the way back to cautious and try not to get slaughtered. I think that's the easiest thing to... I mean, we're already getting slaughtered, to be fair. But the tie is well and truly over. So let's just, as soon as it lets me, change a few of the instructions, knock it back down to a bit of a more conservative strategy. Stop doing that. I'll keep countering them and see how that goes. And see, just, you know, surrender. Vlasic over a free kick. This is the longest period of time we've gone without conceding a goal, and that one goes all the way through from Traore. Taraj throws into Heaton. Back to Taraj. G to Heaton. The thing is, I'm wondering if we're missing O'Driscoll. As much as O'Driscoll wasn't really first choice, he was a good centre-half to be able to bring in. And he had really good leadership, and I wonder if that's what we're missing, having sold him off to wherever he went. Shelbourne or something, I think it was. Okio fires at his own man. Stewart will bring it under, though, so we'll get away with it. And we are bombing forward again. Stewart turns Spinazzola inside out. That's gorgeous running. Cross is too deep, though, and no one's there. Swiderski chips it into the area. Williams from onside. Hang on a minute. No way was he offside. No. I mean, he wasn't. He wasn't. It doesn't matter. He missed. Who cares? Lunin to Balerdi. Back to Kieros. And back to Lunin. Swiderski. Caetano. I mean, we're starting to look like we might get a foothold in the game. 3 goals too late. Stewart. Oh, my days. I'm all for trying to dink it over the goalkeeper, but try not to dink it over the goal at the same time. But that's the thing, is that I think if we're not 3-0 down, this is going to sound weird, but stick with me. If we're not 3-0 down, I reckon the players, both Williams and Stewart, with those 2 chances, have the confidence to tuck it away. I think they're a bit shell-shocked, and they're not acting. Oh, Caetano's at the crossbar now. They're not acting naturally, and they're a bit, off. Vlasic swings in that one, and oh dear. Oh, he's offside. That's all right then. Oh, I'm going to pretend the goalkeeper knew that. That's what we're going to go with. I mean, he's doing up his socks when that ball comes in. Look at him. Yeah, it's poor. It's very poor, but he's offside, so who cares? Webb, huge ball forward. Williams is under it. McGrew is under it. Neither one of them wins it. McKennie finds Vlasic. Okio is on a booking. Reckon he's going to go for a second one of them. Traore. So easy, isn't it? It is so easy. And this is after we've stepped back a little bit. I'm looking at making subs. It's the 35th minute. I can't make more subs now. Well, he made one in like the 10th minute. Vlasic's cross. Bond with the header. And you know when I said we didn't want to get slaughtered? We're getting slaughtered, guys. We're getting slaughtered. I told you. I bet you looked at that 3-2 and went, yeah, we've got a chance here. I definitely didn't do that. I didn't. Who said that? This is our chance to exact revenge on Shakhtar after our last experience against them. Yes, get out there and score 7. That'll be fine. What's going on? That was one of the worst halves of football I've seen. McGrew has again not turned up. So we'll make the change the other way around. Caetano off. McGrew onto the left wing. Reese up top. Why not, right? What's the worst that could happen? We're still trying to counterattack him. Maybe we should just shut it down. Oh, would 7 goals be enough? Yeah, 7 goals will be enough. Okay, let's just shut it down. I mean, we'll concede a few more goals this way, but to be fair, we're not doing anything. We're not achieving anything. And I mean, losing 5-0 is pretty bad, but losing 8 or 9-0 is not what we want. That's a good block. Stewart heads away, and Williams. Can we get a... No, we can't, can we? Reese takes on Balerdi. He's got 4 men around him. McGrew to Ronan. Back to G and lifted forward towards Reese, who can bring it under control. I'm not sure how he's managed to chest it in that direction, but never mind. The return ball from Ronan is nowhere near good enough, and back it comes. That's the kind of football I want to play. A little pinging it around, little triangles. I mean, Heaton's gone lunging in 5 feet away from where the player is. We're better than this. We are obviously rattled by the fact that we've been stuffed. What we need to make sure is that that doesn't now affect the next playoff game, because the next playoff game decides whether we go in the Europa League or the Conference League. And I'd love to go in the Europa League for a year. Magura cuts back to Swiderski and misses him. I mean, we've never been like pinpoint pass accuracy, but better than that. Reese through to Magruer. This time Magruer dinks it over everything again. And it's wide as well. Magruer is a player who scored 45 goals for us in a season. Like, I don't understand. And that's on an 18-game season. I don't understand where he's gone. He's just... his twin brother, David McGrew, has come back in, I think. That's a good header from Gluszczuk. We've got one change left. Is that anything to do with it at all? Should I just do a match fitness thing? Ronan does a little pirouette for no reason. Reese to Williams. Stewart is standing 10 yards offside. I don't think he even got back, did he? Oh, he did just. Drives it in. Williams hits the keeper. We're unlucky there. Europa FC are in their groove, it says in the comments. Yep. That's exactly what's happening. Stewart's cross, back post, headed off the crossbar into the keeper's hands. And you have to say, we don't deserve to have got slaughtered. We've got an XG of 1.47. What have we actually done? 4 shots on target, 1 off the woodwork, 2 blocks. We'll definitely be worse than this in our time, right? Who really needs football? Well, Swiderski's injured. We have no more left backs. Well, I mean, we were pretty short of left backs to begin with, but we really don't have any now. Hey, Taraj, fancy it? Not really. Not really, boss, if we're being honest. Okay, that's fine. Hey, Carl, you fancy it? No, no, sir, I do not. Right. In that case, Taraj, you're doing it anyway. Unlucky. Ronan? Nope. Cool, that's fine. Taraj can play with his wrong foot. It's all good. No one has gone red on the match ratings yet. So that's something. This will go in. Oh, it's a good block. Vlasic to Kornikov. Anna Kornikova. And there's 15 to play, and Jake G is in danger of going red, to be honest with you. Probably should have brought him off since he hasn't played a full 90 minutes in about 9 months. But never mind. Too late now. Oh, someone went red. Who was it? Heaton. Bit harsh. Considering you were standing next to it at the beginning of the game, that's very harsh on Heaton. And we're done. Only the 5 goals conceded. And it was all over by the 40th minute. Do we deserve to have got something out of a tie? No, probably not. Do we deserve to have got smashed 5-0? Definitely not. Right, what do we even say to this lot? Weren't good enough. I don't have the words to express how angry that makes me. I do have them, but they're all 4 letters long and I shouldn't be using them on YouTube. Right, what happened in the other tie? Sparta. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Christensen went through. Oh, we could have been in a Champions League group. Christensen went through 8-7 on aggregate, which means it must have been, what, 6-5 in the first game? That's ridiculous. Right, so we need a draw for the next round. When do we get one of those? Where's the squad registration? Do we get a draw for it? I keep seeing the word Europa and thinking that's the competition, but it's just us. 85.5 grand for playing in a tie. Ronan is suspended for whatever. I'm not going to the press conference. I'm being in a grump. Right, competitions. We're not in the Champions League anymore. Europa League. Playoff. Karabag or Razumbarok? Well, Karabag are Azerbaijani and Razumbarok are Slovakian. So, purely for the CO2 emissions, we'd rather play Razumbarok. I feel like either of those might just be winnable, you know. The holders of the Europa League are Tottenham. Is it heck? They say this game's realistic sometimes. Right, let's go on a hunt for the others, because they've all played their bit. So, League Path, second qual. No, were they in the first qual? Some of them were in the first qual. We're going to find out what happened to the other teams, because that's important, as we well know. Look for a Gibraltarian flag. Do we have any of those in this round? That is this round. No, because it's snapped back to the third qualifying round, which is not promising if we couldn't find any there. Gibraltar. There's one. Mons Calpe with a 2-1 win on aggregate over them. So that's good. I mean, that's a result. Mons Calpe with a win there. Where are the others? St. Joseph's got beat 5-0 by Svintul Georgi. Lincoln lost to RPS. Oh, that's awful. Penalty shootout loss there. So, Mons Calpe went through to the next round. I cannot imagine that that the second qualifying round went particularly well for Mons Calpe. Nope, they got beat 6-0 by Olympia of Slovenia. So we're the only flag holders again. Well, you'd expect us to be the only flag holders again, to be honest with you, but that's fine. So we'll have one of those two teams. I'm not going to go hunting to find out which one. Actually, it might be tomorrow, mightn't it? So I'll just press through to continue just a little bit further. Because it should be on the Thursday night, but that game gets decided. I imagine we're going to be playing Karabakh. They're the better side. And they'll find out what that is for... What? UFC discipline concerns Raul. Who's Raul? Oh, he's my assistant manager. Don't say things like that. It's the referee's fault when we get booked. It's always the referee's fault when we get booked. We're playing Karabakh. That's good news. Is it? Well, again, the decision is if we beat Karabakh, we're in the Europa League. If we lose to Karabakh, we're in the Conference League. Either way, we're in a group stage. And we'll find out when next time. Again, a reminder that there's every chance there'll be a disruption to the release schedule. Not only is my mum coming up next week for several days, now the boy is quite unwell as well. So I'm not getting the free time to get these episodes recorded. I'll do my best. But there's every possibility that next week has a limited or possibly nil release of videos. But I'll do what I can for you. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this one, please do like, sub up if you are new, and I will see you all whenever I get a chance. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.